are, guys, at the Vasquez Rocks. This is the film site over so many movies. You guys, we're right here in the middle of it all, just enjoying the scenery. Just look at it.
I love the clouds.
Oh, yeah.
Going to Vasquez Rocks was like visiting another planet. It's no wonder why since the 1920s it has been the home of so many movies and shows, most famously in the original Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk battles the Gorn. Vasquez was also a set for the Ten Commandments, Army of Darkness, The Muppet Movie, Blazing Saddles, and so many more films. Now, of course I had seen these rock formations in those movies, but Star Trek is what really set it off for me. Not that I'm a big Star Trek fan or anything. Okay, own it, love it, onward.
And then you'll see it, the parking lots just
Right.
open up.
And that's the famous rocks.
Exactly, yeah. At the very end of our two parking.
There was a rattlesnake in there and its name was Fluffy, and we found out that Southern Pacific rattlesnakes are like the laziest. This one was like frozen in time. But anyways, we are off to Vasquez Rocks. We're gonna drive on down because it's a rainy day. Right, George?
Hello.
Right. Now, if you're new here, I'm Lydia Keene. I'm a traveling model and filmmaker, and I've been traveling since 2015, camping out part-time in my minivan conversion. And I'm here with George. He's a California local, and he's been a great friend of mine for 8 years now. He's also a prop master on film sets in LA, he's a photographer, an artist, and we're gonna walk around Vasquez, learn the history, and take some awesome photos here. So stick around until the end for the big reveal. So why is it called Vasquez Rocks? While we're taking photos, let me tell you what I learned. Vasquez Rocks was named after one of California's most notorious bandits, Tiburcio Vasquez. That's right, Tiburcio was first captured by police very close to Vasquez Rocks after an attempted horse theft in the late 1850s. He was sentenced to 5 years in San Quentin, during which he tried to organize 4 prison breaks, and in 1862 he finally escaped. And the next decade, he and his posse would go out and just go on a spree of murder and theft and stagecoach robberies, and just crazy. But apparently Vasquez and his posse would hang out in the Vasquez Rocks during this time, and there are so many stories of shootouts at the rocks here, but there you have it, that's how Vasquez got its name. Now, how is Vasquez formed? Well, these rocks were formed over millions of years from a combination of layers of sand and rocks from the nearby San Gabriel Mountains. After the sand eroded from the mountains, weather and pressure caused the sand to erode and compact to form layers of hard sandstone. Also, how much rain they would get in the season would determine why some layers are sandier than others, or how some of the layers have rocks actually meshed within them, which are called conglomerates. Now, because of the hard and soft rock, the formations erode at different rates. This can sometimes cause those wild-looking sharp angles that shoot out towards the sky, and those are known as hog's back ridges, and similar formations can be seen in Utah and Arizona. Vasquez Rocks are also near the San Andreas Fault, and that's why these formations look like they were just shoved right up out of the ground, which is really, really cool and otherworldly.
Okay, hold it still and then move your face out of frame. Oh my god.
A huge shout out to my friend Andy for the new gimbal I used to shoot all the behind the scenes for this video. So yes, this thing is awesome. Link in the bio. Okay, so we're gonna keep walking around and taking some photos for George's clothing brand, but here's another wild thing I learned about this place. The Vasquez Rocks are listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and this is because archaeologists have found burial mounds with bowls, tools, and weapons, and there are also pictographs all over the park. They belong to the Tataviam Native Americans who called this area their home for over 1,000 years. Now, they traded with tribes nearby and lived here until the late 18th century when the Spanish missionaries arrived. In 1797, the mission San Fernando Rey de España was established 20 miles southwest of Vasquez Rocks, and between 1802 and 1816, the Tataviam peoples, along with tribes in the surrounding areas, were brought to this mission, baptized, and forced to labor for the Spanish. Even under such conditions, they were resilient and they practiced their culture and ceremonies to keep it alive. So over time, the mission was shut down, land grants were negotiated, California became a U.S. holding, and so much more. But all along, they fought to be recognized by the federal government, and today, the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians is an independent nation. They kept their traditions alive and are educating the public about their history and their culture, and I urge you, if you are into history, please look more into it. It is super fascinating to learn about. Okay, you guys, this is the big reveal! Here are some of the photos we got along the way. I came here with the goal to see the famous Vasquez Rocks as pictured in so many great films and shows, but I walked out knowing the rich history of this land, how it got its name, how these famous rocks were formed, and the peoples that lived here for over 1,000 years. This place is so special, and I had such a great time taking photos with George, and I'm going to use some of these in my portfolio, and George is going to use some for his art promotion too. And I also hear that he's got a new art book out, so the link is in the bio. Be sure to show some love for your local artists out there, and that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if so, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. This is Lydia Keene here, over and out!
Look at it, it's like my figure, but in the rock formation. Fascinating. Cut. That's a wrap.